BlackThorn Asylum. William and his nephew Calvin were no strangers to the paranormal. Their exploits in ghost hunting had made them famous worldwide. Tales of their courage were whispered and spread worldwide, and their presence was often requested in the most infamous of haunted locations. This time, however, their reputation led them to a place many considered too dangerous to investigate, BlackThorn Asylum. Perched on a hill that loomed over a forgotten town, BlackThorn Asylum had been abandoned for decades. Its reputation was as dark as its crumbling facade. It was said that the patients who died there met violent and unjust ends at the hands of Dr. Alaric Grayson, a sadistic physician with a mind for cruel and unorthodox experiments. The asylum closed after a fire consumed much of the building, but rumors persisted that the ghosts of tortured souls still roamed its halls, trapped in their torment. "Are you sure about this, Will?" Calvin asked, his voice uneasy as they stood at the asylum's iron gates. The building's charred walls seemed to absorb what little light the moon offered. "We've faced worse, Calvin," William said confidently, his leather-bound journal tucked under his arm. "We owe it to these souls to find out the truth. If we don't, who will?" The gates creaked open as if beckoning them inside. Armed with flashlights, EMF reader, cameras, recording equipment, and a lifetime of experience, the pair stepped into the decayed building. The air was thick with mildew and an unnatural chill that raised goosebumps on their skin. The investigation began like so many others. Faint whispers echoed through the halls, and shadows darted just beyond the reach of their flashlights. Calvin set up their cameras while William took EVP recordings, his questions met with static and the occasional faint replies. But as the night wore on, the atmosphere shifted. Doors slammed shut on their own, floors creaked, stuff started falling off tables and walls. The shadows grew bolder, almost solid, and the whispers turned to anguished screams. Then came the first true sign they were in over their heads, a wild and crazy laugh that echoed through the halls. "Is somebody here with us?" William called, his voice steady despite the fear gnawing at him. No reply. But Calvin froze, staring at the end of the hallway. There, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was a man in dirt and blood-filled lab coat, his head bald and face pale and dirty glasses you can't see through but is illuminated by the light. "Dr. Grayson," William said, recognizing the figure from the asylum's files. The doctor tilted his head, as though studying them, before his voice rang out, cold and sharp. "New patients. How delightful. I was running out of subjects." The lights on their cameras flickered, then died entirely. Before they could react, the floor beneath them gave way. William and Calvin awoke in separate padded cells. The air reeked of antiseptic and despair. The walls bore scratch marks and blood stains, and faint sobbing could be heard from somewhere far away. To be continued.